hello, and welcome back to the automation station here with the PeakBot team. I am Dylan, joined by Ben, co-founders and co-hosts here today. Ben, it's episode 200.
Episode 200. We've been waiting for this for 199 episodes. Oh. All right.
Nice. We have so much fun. And we're like kids with like a little, keyboard set. That's all we are backstage here. We're just messing with things.
Mess around, lights, music. Doug mentions a dance party. We're happy to report there will be multiple dance parties.
Yeah,
so
you're not going to know when it's coming. We're not even sure when it's coming. But
I'm going to have to be ready. I've got lights to match.
Maybe Ben, maybe wink, wink. There's a few reasons to celebrate throughout the call. Okay.
Yeah,
maybe there is. Okay. So we'll get into your normally scheduled programming. We have a lot to discuss. We've got Trader Trivia, where we'll be giving away a free month of PeakBot Pro, access to all of our bots. We'll talk about our strategies. King AI had its first loss in a while. We're talking since Thanksgiving. It's already back on the right track, so that's up and running. We'll go through those trades, and then much more. So
I think we can talk about our new wheel, because that's entering beta next week, and maybe our new AI strategy called the Gatekeeper.
Ooh, okay.
So we can give a little preview on the Gatekeeper strategy.
Okay, excellent. Let's do it. So, Ben, we can get started here maybe by, let me ask you, because we're going to wait for people to come on in. BenBot trade today?
BenBot did trade today. Not the best setup. I'm trying to find let me pull up a chart for IWM, and then here I could, if you want to get my Tradier account up on screen, we can take a look at what we're working with here while I get a chart ready on TradingView. So we entered the BenBot trade today. We bought our shares, of course, and we sold our call. We netted that out at a $267 transaction and 68 cents. Right now, the current price of that is $266.22. So we're down about $140, which is more than I'd like for it to be when managing risk with this new approach that we've got for BenBot. However, I'm not super concerned. We're gonna let the rest of the afternoon play out. Maybe there's an adjustment or two that's gonna take place. If we take a look, this is where we entered. So I'll just draw a line here. This is where price was when we entered, right around here. I think we got in exactly at, the share price was $268.22. So that's right where that green bar is, or green line is. And price has kind of just drifted down since. It's interesting. I was, and I'm actively working on Claude transparently to better the strategy and make it so that way you don't need $27,000 to trade the strategy, hoping to get $50 a day. So I've got some variations that I'm running in the background on different accounts, testing those out manually right now. I think we could see a change to BenBot within the next couple of weeks that might only require a few $1,000s as opposed to $27,000 of buying power. But anyways, so our strike price that we sold today was all the way up at $269. So We'll just draw a line there. So this is where we want to be. We want to get above that line to take our full win. We've got quite a bit of room to make up. We got $3 to make up in the course of 4 hours. So we'll really need to see something pop off here. Otherwise, I will be looking into probably buying a put, maybe even buying a put over the weekend and holding the shares over the weekend, anticipating a bounce back up over the weekend, maybe a gap up on Monday morning. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how the day plays out. But we collected 54 cents of credit on entry, and that gave us a little bit of buffer. Another option here is I could just roll strikes down as well, and maybe I already did close out of this call, so any price movement back up, I closed out for 4 cents. So we did profit 50 cents on the call. So now we're basically just holding the shares. I actually forgot that I did that. So we're just holding the shares at this point. And again, the goal is let's get to $50, and if we can't get there, let's decrease the loss as much as possible. So right now we're looking at about $140 loss, but we can sell another cover call. We could do a variety of different things to chip away at that.
Excellent. And I want to remind people, I'm looking at the BenBot results here. I believe you're still green about $400 on the month going into today.
Yep.
3 losses. Losses have been minimalized. That's a word. Losses have been minimalized. So that's great. Look, tough day for it. A lot of ball game left, but yeah, quite some room to recover there. Okay, so that's BenBot. We could talk about King AI. We had Ben. How would you sum up in one sentence what happened when we lost? What was that earlier this week?
I could sum it up in one word. You want to hear it?
Well, careful. Starts with a
Donald.
T. Oh,
yes, but I'm gonna call him.
You can always say tariff. You can always
President.
blame that. That's a T word.
Yeah, no, the whole tariff thing in Greenland over the weekend. I think Marco Rubio said something at like 3:30 on Friday, which caused price to. I don't think it moved right away. Here, let's get my account back on stream. We can kind of look at it. We can look at a timeline here of what exactly happened. Let me reset this. Get that out of the way. So if we look back to, okay, so here's the weekend drop off here. So we got into our King AI position right around here. So that's where price was at about 69.50 on SPX. I think Marco Rubio came out just before market close and said something about Greenland and tariffs and whatnot. And we saw a little bit of a drop going into the bell, not anything major. And then, of course, over the weekend, more was said, and we gapped down largely on Tuesday morning, because it was Martin Luther King Day. Our sold strike was 68.75. So right where that second green line is, that bottom green line. So we actually almost popped back up and won on the day. But as we can see, we didn't, and we kind of just drifted out for the rest of the day. So the bot did take a loss, came back with a nice solid win yesterday. We are in another position today, and knock on wood, what are we trading at right now? To 69.31. Our strike price is at 69.65. So we've got a little bit of room to work with. I could draw a line at our strike price. Just go edit this line. Of course, we don't like to see, so that's where our call strike is, and that's the one that's at risk right now. Actually, we're at 69.23, so that's solid. Of course, we don't like to lose, but we know that strategies do lose. When you trade, you will lose at some point in time. It's not fun. Nobody likes it, but it's a part of the game. The whole idea here is being this long term. And hey, we could hit another hot streak. I think we will hit another hot streak like we just did. Dylan mentioned we haven't lost since before Thanksgiving. So 2 months of winning on King AI. Took a loss yesterday, but hey, gonna get back on the saddle.
Off the top of your head, do you know how good the run was? Do you know how many winning trades it had in a row and what the profit was per unit? Any guesses?
Winning trades in a row, I'd say probably like 17 trades.
Okay, and then profit, your guess?
Profit 2,300.
All right, you're pretty close on both. So 15 trade run.
Okay.
Just because I'm bored and I want to do it, and I think it'll sound fun. I'm going to stack up the premiums earned on each of those days, and I'll tell you the total. 110, 200, 215, 210, 160, 160, 120, 190, 35, 125, 115, 105, 125, 140, 135. All right, so that's 15 trades over the course of a month and a half. We'll call it a little over a month and a half. And it made $2,145 per unit in that time. So on 15 trades, over $2,100, which cash on cash, this bot's only using $2,000 technically to run in, run out, day in, day out. So, okay, quite the streak. And by the way, we don't want to say, we're not sitting here saying it, but we were due. We were due. We were technically overdue. Our win rate has been historically right around 91%. So on trade 16, you're almost waiting for something to go wrong, truthfully, just from the data. But it happened. We're back on the horse. We took a win yesterday, which is maybe a reason to just, I don't know, get active here in the studio. But how much did we win yesterday? So we took home $140 in premium, back on the horse. Okay, we're already on the way back to collecting our premium. So, Ben, I don't know. It gets awkward. I was gonna dance on that and put this on. Oh, now we can't hear you.
What do you mean you can't hear me?
Oh, now I can. Okay, so wait, what was the what did you have sick music? We'll have to find the next reason to celebrate. I think after Trader Trivia we do it. Okay. All right, so look,
I got the lights going already though.
All right, good. Keep it on. It's actually a good vibe. I should get mine can do the same thing. We have the same lights. I'm just, I guess, not as involved. All right, so what next? Trader Trivia. We got a bunch of people flooding in.
Trader Trivia, and I do want to talk about King AI Turbo. Man, there's a lot to talk about today.
Okay, go ahead.
No, let's do Trader Trivia first because we got a good audience flowing in at the moment. So let's get some good music going. Oh, we already have that one going. All right, so here's how this works. If you are new to this show and watching us and PeakBot in general, normally I don't have my lights doing what they're doing right now. I think Doug is a light and sound guy. So Doug, I'm wondering what you think of it. Every time I speak or it hears music, the lights are moving. So let me know what you think of its responsiveness. So anyways, the way that this works is we're going to ask a question. You're going to answer that question by sending us the answer to experience@peakbot.com. That email is on screen over on the right-hand side under Did You Know? The question that we're asking today is, which U.S. index is most heavily weighted towards technology stocks? Is it A, the Dow Jones? Is it B, the S&P 500? C, the Russell 1000? Or D, the NASDAQ Composite?
Okay.
So think about that. Answer it. Send us an email. If you answer it correctly, we're going to email you back with a link to get PeakBot for free for 1 month. That's good value right there.
That's the best value. And look, coming off of a King AI loss, in my opinion, not financial advice, never would be. Now's the time, right? Now's the time. Ben, when I went skydiving, they tell you, hey, listen, 1 in every 20,000, splat.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, when you're up in the plane, I'm kind of hoping somebody maybe just splatted. So I hit the reset. Yeah. That's kind of with King AI right now. We just hit the reset button. Jump out now.
That's crazy. How many people die from skydiving every year?
Well, 1 in 20,000.
How many people?
Let's find out.
All right. So while you're sending in that answer, we're gonna find out how many people die from skydiving every year. I'm not talking about like those crazy guys in like the wingsuits either.
No,
so I'm sure that rate is much higher.
I think one of those just splatted actually.
Yeah.
One of those guys just did. Yeah.
That sucks.
And it's not. I don't mean to be insensitive. All
right. So you're gonna look this up, Dylan. I'm gonna move on to the Did You Know. The fun fact for today is, did you know that options trading volume has grown faster than stock trading volume since 2020? Ooh. As more retail traders entered the market and began actively trading options, these instruments became popular for leverage hedging and speculation. This surge in activity has had a major impact on market dynamics, influencing price movements, volatility, and overall market trends, and making options an increasingly important part of the U.S. financial market. It's actually really interesting to look at the increase in options trading volume altogether over the past couple of years. It's out of control. The growth rates on it are just crazy.
It is out of control. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's a great instrument to be trading. I think you got to know what you're doing. And I think you should be using some automation or you're late. I have my answer, by the way, if you want to know before we give the answer, and maybe dance after we give the answer.
I do want to know.
All right, so I gave a number out there. It was 1 in 20,000. That's incorrect. It's low. Okay, so it's more jumps, more successful jumps, 10x the successful jumps, 1 in every 200,000 to 300,000 jumps on average. Good. So we're averaging about 10 fatalities a year.
Okay.
I don't want to say that's not bad. Because it's bad. It's bad for those people. Anyway, maybe we move on. Maybe we move on from that. Okay, so Ben, which U.S. index is most heavily weighted toward technology stocks? Let's see what the answer is.
It is D, the NASDAQ Composite. The NASDAQ Composite is heavily dominated by tech and growth-oriented companies, including many of the world's largest tech giants. Unlike the Dow Jones and S&P 500, which are more diversified across sectors, the NASDAQ has a much higher concentration of tech stocks such as software, internet, and semiconductor companies. Because of this, the NASDAQ often moves more sharply during tech sector rallies or sell-offs, making it a key benchmark for market trend. If you answered D, after the link for one.
Couldn't hear you there really well, but that's okay. Hey,
really?
It's okay. It's going in and out, but what we can do is, did you have? Oh, you had the. But hey, it's like we're in the club and you're like trying to talk to somebody.
This is episode 200 on the Tradier Hub.
I didn't think that we just talked about people dying. I died.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Oh, it's water.
Yeah, sure. There we go.
This is my move. This is normally my move. All right, we can okay. So that was good. I think we delivered. I think I keep these on for the rest of the show, although you can kind of see the background studio with these. There's no secrets with these glasses on.
No, there isn't.
But so thank you so much for those of you who have been following along for 200 episodes here with our great partners at Tradier, for the Automation Station and Man and Machine. Ben, I think probably the only two things that we've actually named properly in our 5-6 year tenure as a business. Probably. Automation Station and Man and Machine. I think we kind of got it right there. Huh?
Good names.
But so excellent. Where do we go from there?
Well, I just saw Doug's comment on his one word for what happened over the weekend: taco. Trump always chickens out. That's what that stands for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it's just myself, my own hypothesis, and I'm sure other people think. Well, I know other people think it too. Market manipulation a little bit. Cause the market to drop down, buy the dip. Buy the dip, and then just profit from the pump back up, because we're right back to where we were.
Well, speaking of that, do you have any trade ideas? You want to take a look at the VIX and see if you like any?
I don't like the VIX right now.
Don't like the VIX? Tell us why. Where are we at? Let's see.
The VIX is currently at
1546. Big drop down over the last week.
Yep, big drop down. I do have VIX positions currently, but I'm waiting for like a big drop. I thought I would have a little bit more profit on the drop last weekend. Didn't. If we had multiple days of fallout, I probably would have taken profit there, but we didn't. But my calls expire in August, so sometime between now and August, we're going to. Well, I say that we're going to. I'm assuming we're going to get some sort of pullback. VIX is going to shoot up, and then I could take profit on those. But yeah, right now I think the options are just a little bit overpriced considering the recent volatility, plus where the price is at right now relative to where it has been. It is a good spot to buy, in my opinion, but I think the options are just a little bit overpriced.
Yeah, and you can see it here. This is over the last year. Sorry, I'll get this to fit a little bit better. This was back in April of 2025. These blue lines on the screen, just for information, these are our VIX indicators for our King AI strategy and a few others in Condor. If we see VIX above or below these levels, that is, as you can tell, sorry, I'll get it back on screen, a little scary to be outside these lines. You don't spend much time outside of those lines. Here's COVID. Reached highs of 85. Ben, is that the highest VIX has ever hit?
I
think since it's being measured here.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. No, liar. Oh wait. We saw what looks to be not nearly $100, $97.
Yeah.
But anyway, so as we zoom in here, you're right. Probably not a bad time to buy, but okay, Vic. Did you have any other trade ideas that you were thinking about?
Not really. I mean, this week for me at least has been super focused on our bots, results, improvements. Maybe now is a good time to talk about the King AI turbo mode. So if we look at the results for King AI, which we can see right here, we can see on a trade by trade basis how it does. I'm going to zoom in here just a little bit. Let's look at the P&L by day. P&L by day, we can see, look, every day we're making 140, 135, 140, 125. So anywhere between, this was a partial win here on Christmas Eve. So we're making anywhere between, call it $100 and $150 on average, right? Now, we've been collecting data. The model builds on itself every single trade. So the model's getting smarter every day. One thing that we have been doing is we've been experimenting with similar models, and we created a more aggressive version of King AI, where the average win there is around like $250 a day. So it's more aggressive with strike price selection, meaning that it's going to choose a higher delta to set the Iron Condor wings at. And it's been doing very well. We've been running it in the background. We've back tested it. The main differences that we see are, yes, it's going to earn more, but there are going to be larger drawdowns because you are being more aggressive with your strikes. So you're going to lose a little bit more often. The win rate was still like 85% plus.
That's pretty good.
So still really nice. But what we did notice is losses tend to come in like groupings, which kind of sucks for drawdown. But the largest drawdown was like 20-ish%, 20 to 25%, which is doable, and that's on a $10,000 budget. So what we want to do, and what I think we're going to do, is we're going to give users the option. We're going to put a toggle on King AI. We're going to call it King AI Turbo. If you're trading King AI and you turn Turbo on, it's going to turn the more aggressive version of King AI on, getting you into different strike prices, different Iron Condors, collecting more credit, but also giving you possibly a higher chance of loss. Dylan likes that. For me personally, the way that I think I'm going to use the turbo mode is after a loss, I'm probably going to flip turbo mode on. Yeah, like yesterday and today, I would have flipped turbo mode on. Collect instead of 140, maybe double that. Maybe collect 280. I want to cut down my recovery time because right now recovery time is anywhere from like 6 to 7 days, trading days from a loss. The recovery time is cut in half. It's anywhere from 3 to 4 days on the on turbo mode. So if I could get that high win rate of normal mode, we'll call it, and then on a loss use turbo, win 3 or 4 trades, get back to my normal mode, get back to that super high win rate. I like that for me.
So what I was going to do is kind of think of, I'm not sure. I don't know off the top of my head what deltas we entered today's strikes for, but I was going to pull this up. So let's say we had turned on turbo mode. These are our strikes for our current Condor on King AI. It's 965 and 840, I believe. I'll check my Tradier account here. 965 and 840. Yeah. So let's say we were to go turbo mode. Ben, I'm assuming based on the delta on the premium collected that we were probably 10, 15 delta on
Yeah,
average
10.
between the two,
You're
right?
10.
Yeah. So let's say we were going to go. Do you think how much more aggressive are we talking for the delta? Are we talking 20 delta minimum? Because it sounds like if you're going $250 in premium, that's at least a 20 delta. Yeah.
It's usually 20 or 15 deltas. Usually
15 or
what
20.
it now, but it's usually doing that on just one side. One
Got it.
side, from what I've seen, is usually 10 or 15. The other side is usually 15 through 25. Like we've
Okay. So
seen a couple
skews
of
one
25
direction.
deltas. Yep.
Okay, so there's a skew. All right, very cool. I'm very excited about that, and maybe by this time next week, or in the next few weeks, we'll have some good back tests to share. Maybe launching a beta for it, which we know that a ton of people will be jumping at. So, excellent. Before we just move off of King AI, I want to give, even after the loss, I just want to give an update on the total return since launch. Okay, so we launched a strategy on 9/17. It has taken 50 trades, 5 L's, so 45 for 50 on the total trades, and the return is north of $2,500. So remember, cash actually being utilized to place these trades day in and day out is $2,000. We like to budget $10,000 just for a buffer and runway and to prevent larger drawdowns. Either way, this strategy's killing it, and it can survive a loss. And turbo mode might be our best friend coming off of a loss, as Ben mentioned earlier. So love to have taken a beating like this yesterday, and still know that in 4 months' time, the bot is still up over 100% cash on cash return, well over 125%. So excellent. All right, Ben, what else is on your mind?
We've got the gatekeeper. Actually, let's talk new wheel.
New wheel.
New wheel. This is very similar to the old wheel, and I can show a watch list that I've been working on. I mean, the numbers aren't 100% correct at the moment, but this isn't live. This is just it's with our development team now to make it automatically update. So I do want to just show it to show the tickers that will be available and kind of talk through what this strategy is going to do. So they're unlike our current wheel, which we're going to rename old wheel. This is going to be the vertical wheel, and you'll see it in your PeakBot Pro accounts. I think every account will get it, actually.
Why not just call it new wheels? Like you got new wheels.
New wheels. Nah.
Nah.
I already designed the icon for the
It's fine. I get it.
vertical wheel.
Yeah, it's pretty good, actually.
So there are 10 tickers that are available to be traded. Unlike the list of 150 plus that are currently available, we have all the ETFs. So we don't have to worry about earnings dates. We don't have to worry about single company news. We've got all of these ETFs that we are working with at all different price ranges. I mean, right now, the stock price column is not correct. I'm just showing that were available. But essentially what this is going to do, this strategy is, it is a wheel strategy. It's a vertical wheel strategy. So we are going to sell a put to start. We're going to sell a put at the 35 delta. So that's different from our last wheel, from the old wheel. The old wheel was selling the 30 delta or the 25 delta. So we're bumping up the delta, we're collecting more premium, and we're buying the 10 delta put. So we are creating a put credit spread for ourselves, so we could get assigned whenever the price finishes at the end of the week. These are weekly contracts, just like our current wheel. If price finishes between the spread, you're going to get assigned those shares, so you will need enough cash to buy the shares, but you don't need all that cash to get into the trade because it's a spread. If you do get assigned shares, then what the bot will do is it's going to record the strike price that you get assigned at, and it's going to sell a call at that strike price. So if price of the ticker you're trading drops way down, you might not collect that much premium. You might, be stuck holding that for a couple of weeks, collecting a few dollars on it. But when price comes back up, you're going to be net even on your shares. And that was one of the biggest complaints that we had with our old wheel strategy, is that, well, I could get into a position, but if price keeps going down, I might wind up getting my shares called away at a price lower than I purchased them at. So this eliminates that. Plus, we're using all of these ETFs that are basically based on the market in general, and theory says market always goes up. So when you're trading the wheel, you want to be bullish overall. I think it's going to be a pretty decent strategy. So you're only going to get those shares called away at the same price that you have to buy them for. So always net even on share transactions, which means our profits are going to come from premium collection each week.
Question. So I got this question from somebody yesterday. When explaining the updates, their question was, if I was to get assigned, if there were, and maybe the situation isn't necessarily all that likely, but Ben, you know how we're matching the assignment strike price? What if the sold call at the 35 delta, unless that's not in play here, what if it was better? Meaning, like, what if the sold call could be at a better price than your assigned price while still kind of following the parameters of the wheel? I just want to know if it's always going to go to the set strike, or could it ever go higher?
It's always going to go to the set strike. And what's going to happen there is if price does go higher, you're just going to collect more premium on that lower strike. So you're still making basically as much money as if you were to get a higher strike.
Because of the,
for the most part, because of the increase in premium.
Okay, cool. Good answer.
So, and on the call side too, we're still buying the 10 delta put. So if there's a huge drop, if there's a catastrophe that happens, we're going to be protected from a very large downside.
Yep. Excellent. So look, the wheel's our longest tenured automated trading strategy. It was our first option strategy over 3 years ago, and still tried and true, still all reliable. It just needed a haircut. It needed a lot of hair. It needed a good trim on the watch list, and we've done that here now with, again, pay no attention to the stock price on here. Anything outside of the ticker and the company name is just, dummy data at this point. But these are the tickers you'll be able to trade. TQs right now is trading around $50, $55 a share. So you can get a wheel started, and there's some that might even be lower, but I'm familiar with wheeling the TQs. So you get started on the wheel, collecting rent every week, 0.25%, 0.5%. Actually, it's going to be more like 0.5%, because if we're at the 35 delta collecting premium, it's going to be a bit more weekly, obviously. So great strategy for a conservative part of the portfolio while you're going and having fun with strategies like King AI. This is very nice to have in the background collecting rent. So pumped about the wheel. And maybe we wait on your strategy for next week. Okay. Don't have to. Happy to get into it, but I don't want to shy away because we want to do economic events as well. Maybe we don't.
Right. No, we should do economic events. Let me get my screen.
Because always, hey, 1 in every 4 of these, there's like oh, that's happening.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we look at them. All right, here we go. Coming back up. All right, so what do we have going on today? We had Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report today. We've got nothing much later going on this afternoon. Over the weekend, nothing going on. On Monday, what do we have? Durable goods pre-market. That's pre-market. And nothing much going on the rest of the day. It looks like a good today into Monday type trade. Going Monday into Tuesday, not too much. Digging that. Tuesday into Wednesday. FOMC. FOMC is next week. That's right.
We knew that, but forgot that.
I knew that. We were prepared for it, but I forgot that in this moment. Yes, that's next week. So FOMC, big day on Wednesday. That's when Jay Powell will speak. That's when interest rate decisions will be talked about, and then the bot will be off Tuesday into Wednesday, and then Wednesday into Thursday. I say the bot, our 1DTE bots. And then on Thursday, nothing much else the rest of the day, and then we've got PPI on Friday. So tentative bot action Thursday into Friday and Friday itself. But overall, looking like an easy start to the week, or a lighter start to the week, and then things will get kind of crazy starting on Wednesday.
Yep. Okay. Well, careful there with FOMC. But yeah, again, we'll be smart about it with our bots here. So a lot of opportunity, a lot of things to watch out for, as always, in the markets. So, hey, good week for trading. Again, finally came back down to earth on King AI. BenBot, a lot of game left here today. Strong month in January so far for most of our automated strategies. So if you want to learn more about the actual results and how easy it is to use PeakBot, head on over to our website, peakbot.com. Full strategy details, results. You can schedule time. You can see what our offerings are. Don't be shy. We're here to help. There's a chat feature button in the bottom corner if you want to start a conversation with us. So thank you so much for tuning in. Episode 200. Here's to 200 more. Thank you, as always, to Tradier, our fantastic broker partner here, and putting us up on the Tradier Hub twice a week. So thank you, Ben. It's been a pleasure hosting with you. And we will see you live. We are going to be live Monday. We will see you live Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Thanks so much. We'll see you at the peak. Take care.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.